Welcome back to the channel, all my free thinkers. I want to make a video talking to you new and older investors, whether you've made money or you're looking to make money. I'm going to explain why, at least from my point of view, why crypto is a great option and why I chose crypto over a lot of other investment vehicles like, say, stocks or bonds or things like that. My reason for choosing crypto, and it has everything to do with a personal preference, but I believe that some of you might fall into this boat. Like for me, I got my act together late in life. Yeah, late in life. I ran through a bunch of money, made poor decisions. Even when I was in the military, made so many poor decisions. Even after the military, I made poor decisions. Although at that time, I was learning more about myself and the future and where I saw myself in the future. Somewhere along that line, my visions of the future and the future that I wanted and my goals, they just wasn't lining up financially for me. So it was at that point I realized, dude, you're going to have to get it together. You know, we all only have so much time allotted to us on this great earth. And I was like, man, I've messed up. I've had stocks. I've had other investment vehicles, and I would siphon the money and use it for things, liabilities. Let's just put it that way. Things that I felt like I absolutely needed. I needed it. But it was more so of a want, whether it's to keep up with the Joneses or just to satisfy an urge that I had inside me. I went through money. Now, throughout my lifetime, I've also had the opportunity to sit with people who had their act together, and I've peeked in at, they've given me a window to the way they operate with stocks, bonds, and the sorts. And for me, I looked at that, and then I would look at their age, and I would say, well, for all intents and purposes, you really didn't screw your life up. Some people are just blessed to have gotten things right the first time. Yeah, they may have had some screw ups, but for all intents and purposes, they got things right. And they started out invested in a 401k. They started out maybe even in some stocks or some company stock, and they never touched it. And maybe that has to do with how they was raised. I wasn't raised like that. I don't come from a financial literate background where my family had all these, they understood the stock market. They understood investing. Yes, they understood, yes, you have to save. But just saving alone is not enough. And I don't look at that as just understanding finances and how to grow your money. So I didn't have that background and stability that a lot of other people had. So for me, I learned everything the hard way. When I got my first credit card, the only thing I was told, I remember mom told me, now that's not your money. Don't go out and charge that up because you're going to have to pay that back. And I'm like, yeah. Okay, let me go buy this. Let me go buy a PlayStation. Let me go buy this big TV so I can play the PlayStation, and let me go get some games. I remember doing all of this. And then, while I'm enjoying myself and my dopamine's going off, like, yeah, I ain't had to pay no money out my pocket. Then that bill came, and I'm like, damn, I got to pay this back. So, you run your cards up, and then you put yourself in these financial strains, and then when you finally pay it off, you say, I'm never going to do that again. And then what happens, guys? You'll end up doing it again because you don't understand how making true wealth or getting to a better situation in your life really works. So I made that mistake over and over again. And then it was around that time I said, I got to get my act together, especially after you sit with people and you peer through their window and you see how they did things. One thing you have to always remember, everybody doesn't start from the same place. And while your journey, good friend of mine told me, you know, regardless if you take some bumps in the road and you might take the long way, and somebody over here who did everything right, they took just the direct approach. As long as you all get to the same destination, it doesn't matter when you get there, but as long as you all get to the same destination, that's all that matters. So what drove me to crypto? I looked at people like that who were in the stock market, and they'd show me their portfolio, and they'd be like, oh, look at this. And I'm investing, I'm playing with my IRAs, and I'm doing this in my IRA, and I don't have to, as long as I don't sell out, I don't lose any money. And I'm looking at this, and I'm looking at maybe $200,000-$300,000, and I'm like, man, so I would have to have started way back then to get to where you are, because I don't have that kind of money to invest. Hence cryptocurrency. Now, this is why I feel like cryptocurrency is a great investment, because I looked at cryptocurrency, at least when I was in the first bull cycle, and I seen how fast you can make money. Like one of my tokens, and I've told you guys this many times, but for the new subscribers, I'll say it again. There was this token called Saitama. Everybody's heard of it. It's gone belly up now. But at the time, I probably put like $5,000 into this particular token. In like 4 months, my token was up to like $90,000 to $100,000. And that was just unheard of to me. I was like, you got to be kidding me. But being new to the market, I quickly started losing that because I didn't take my profits, or I didn't cash out. That was my real big run with crypto that showed me, wait a minute, you mean to tell me I can make up for all this lost time and these windows that these other people that I know who've had opportunities and they've taken advantage of it, and they didn't maybe come up the way I came up. So now they have a nice little nest egg. You mean to tell me I can take crypto and jump to where they are right now, and I can do it in a matter of a year? But depending on the crypto cycle, I can do it in a matter of 1 to 4 years, and I can make up for lost time. I was like, where do I sign up? So that's why I got into crypto. And I believe a lot of you are into crypto for the same reasons, even though you might not even realize it till right now. Now, I look at crypto as, and I'm not crapping on stocks, because I do have some stocks too. And I think you need to have a full, a diversified portfolio, not in just crypto, but in other things as well. So I look at that and I said, okay, so you mean to tell me if I play my cards right, I can bypass the traditional route that everybody who were adults and they didn't mess up, they didn't screw up their credit, they didn't get so much debt, or if they did, they paid it off. You know, they did the right things. Everybody don't do that in the game. It's just the game of life. You know, I was a hard head, still is, and I do things my way. But when I seen the type of money that I can make in cryptocurrency, especially, you know, my first time around, I'm glad I made the mistakes. I'm glad I went through the scams. I'm glad I didn't take profits, although that sounds crazy to some of you. I'm glad I didn't take a lot of profits and I didn't make the amount of money, because it was a lot of lessons that came with that. So now that I understand crypto better, much better, I'm still learning, but I understand it better than the first bull cycle that I went through. That made me a little bit more wiser and a little bit more methodical about how I invest to make up for that lost time. And I believe for a lot of you guys out there, you're in the same boat. You're trying to make up for lost times, or if you didn't have them lost times, you might never have gotten that great opportunity to take something, a little bit of money, and maybe catch up to friends and family members you know that may be better off than you, or they may have their poop in the group and they have their assets and they, you know, they have everything. And you're sitting over here struggling, trying to make ends meet, and you could barely know where your next meal coming from, but you can spare $50 to $100. I feel like crypto, at least in my situations, it was the answer. It was the answer because, you know, I don't like being tied to one particular way of making money or one particular long and drawn out way to get to a point, because if I did it the way a lot of these other people did, and my hats, if you're someone watching this and you've never had to learn the lessons that I've had to learn, bravo to your family for being financial literate and being able to teach you some of the things. So some people just have it. Some people are just born with responsibility, and I'm not going to overspend. I'm not going to buy things unless it's an absolute need. I don't buy wants. I don't buy liabilities. If you're someone like that, my hat is off to you. Unfortunately, I wasn't like that, and I do like things. I like things. I still like things. But so I chose crypto because of that. And the reason I wanted to make this video is because right now crypto is it's more apparent to me that it is in a space right now where if you're just the average person looking at this video right now and you have these grander than life dreams of becoming debt free, financially free, then more than ever, I feel like crypto is the answer for you, especially if you're older and you don't have a lot of time to play with and you don't want to be dealing with a slow investment vehicle of trying to invest for the next 20 or 30 years or to retirement just to catch up and just get to a point where if you'd have started early, you'd have been past that. A lot of people don't have that luxury. A lot of people don't. And I feel like crypto, the reason I gravitate to it so much is because it's the only vehicle that I've found besides hitting the lottery. And we know how random that is, that you can just jump in and you could seriously turn your life around in a matter of 4 years. And if you're lucky and you have a little bit more money to play with, you can turn your life around in 1 year. I believe that. So that's why I'm into crypto. I'm curious though, why are you guys into crypto? Please let me know down below. Let's share. Let's chat a little bit about that, because I'm always curious, because everyone's story is different. Everyone is in crypto for a different outcome. I'm curious what yours is. I've shared it with you. If you got any questions to me, always drop them down below and let's chit chat. As always, guys, I thank all of my new subscribers. I thank all of my old subscribers. You guys make this worth it. And again, this was not a dream for me to be a content creator. It wasn't. It's just that everything that I've done leading up to where I am now, and all my experiences, plural, they led me down here. And I don't believe in coincidence. I believe in God. So you guys let me know down below, what was your reason for cryptocurrency and what do you hope to achieve by investing in crypto? It's your boy. I'm out.